Fantasy finales have a reputation, and not always a good one. Big worlds, high expectations, and years of buildup make endings incredibly hard to get right. But every now and again, a show pulls it off. The final episode lands, the character arcs make sense, and fans walk away feeling like the journey paid off. So in this video, we're looking at some of the most loved fantasy show finales. The endings that felt earned, emotionally satisfying, and true to the stories they were telling. I Will Walk With You Part 2, Touched by an Angel. Kicking off our list is a conclusion that's all about gentle grace. Touched by an Angel was never a show about huge battles. It was about the quiet struggles of faith and humanity. And the finale honored that perfectly. It all centers on Monica's final assignment and her ascension from caseworker to supervisor, which completes the character arc that defined the entire series. The emotional weight comes from her heartfelt goodbyes to Gloria, Andrew, and her mentor Tess. It's a finale that provides powerful closure by staying true to its core themes of faith and redemption, delivering one last dose of the inspirational warmth that made the show a phenomenon. Soulmates, Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Not every fantasy finale needs a magical showdown. Sometimes it's just about figuring out who you're meant to be with. The finale of Sabrina the Teenage Witch is a perfect example of a heartfelt closure that rewards longtime fans. The episode revolves around Sabrina's wedding day to her fiancé Aaron, but a series of emotional gut checks force her to confront the fact that he's not her true soulmate. Guided by her heart, Sabrina calls off the wedding and runs out of the church only to find her first love, Harvey, waiting for her on his motorcycle. The ending delivers pure satisfaction as they ride off together, bringing 7 years of magical misadventures and romantic tension to a close that feels both destined and earned. Final boarding, Manifest. For a show built on a single massive mystery, the finale had one job: give us answers. And it delivered. The end of Manifest saw the passengers of Flight 828 confront their death date by literally getting back on the plane to face a final judgment. The episode masterfully ties up its complex lore through a collective act of redemption. Characters are forced to forgive and seek forgiveness to survive, and those who can't literally turn to ash. The emotional payoff is huge. The survivors don't just save the world, they're sent back to their original arrival date, alive and reunited with loved ones they'd lost. It's a faith-filled, deeply satisfying conclusion that honors the show's themes of redemption and interconnectedness. Nothing Lasts Forever, The Outpost. The Outpost series finale is a triumphant roar of classic high fantasy. Nothing Lasts Forever delivers the epic, world-saving battle the series builds toward, fulfilling ancient prophecies in style. But its real strength lies in how it wraps up character journeys in the middle of all that chaos. As Talon and her allies face down the gods, we finally see her complete her journey from a lonely outcast to the savior of the realm, a transformation that feels earned. We also see Jonzo's growth from a quirky sidekick into a real hero, and Garrett's journey of leadership come to their perfect endpoints. The finale closes the loop on its destiny versus choice themes, delivering a powerful emotional punch through heroic sacrifices and long-awaited resolutions. Forever Charmed. After 8 seasons of vanquishing demons, Charmed had to end on a note that honored its core theme of the unbreakable bond of sisterhood. Forever Charmed pulls this off with a clever time travel plot that lets the Hallowell sisters secure their future. The finale is pure fan service in the best way possible, bringing back beloved family members to help win the final battle. While some fans felt the absence of Prue, the episode gives Piper, Phoebe, and Paige definitive happy endings, showing them growing old and passing their knowledge to the next generation. It's a huge emotional payoff that focuses on family and the enduring power of 3, closing the Book of Shadows with a sense of warm, triumphant finality. Old Souls, Wynonna Earp. Often praised by fans as a damn perfect season finale, Old Souls is a masterclass in giving characters the hopeful, happy ending they fought so hard for. For 4 seasons, Wynonna Earp was burdened by a family curse and the weight of her legacy. This finale finally lets her break that cycle. The episode is built around its beloved found family, and it all culminates in the long-awaited, deeply heartfelt wedding of Waverly Earp and Nicole Hott. But the finale's real triumph is letting Wynonna accept that she deserves happiness. She finally chooses to leave purgatory behind with Doc, and it's just perfect. It's a cathartic, witty, and wonderfully queer-inclusive conclusion that stays true to the show's unique supernatural Western vibe. Chosen, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. For 7 seasons, Buffy Summers carried the weight of the world on her shoulders, defined by the grim rule that the Slayer stands alone. The finale, Chosen, shatters that rule in one of the most empowering moments in TV history. Facing the first evil and its unstoppable army, Buffy doesn't just fight, she changes the entire game. With a powerful spell, Willow activates every potential Slayer across the globe, transforming a lonely lineage of chosen ones into a worldwide army. It's the ultimate expression of the show's core theme: female empowerment and shared strength. Buffy's journey from a lone hero to a leader who shares her power gives her the ending she deserves. It's a cathartic and thematically perfect conclusion that solidified the show as a cultural landmark. Not Fade Away, Angel. A perfect finale isn't always a happy one. Sometimes it's just unflinchingly true to the show's tone. Angel was always the darker, grittier cousin to Buffy, and its finale is the perfect embodiment of that. There is no clean victory. After taking down the members of the Circle of the Black, Angel and his surviving crew find themselves facing an apocalyptic demon army in a rain-soaked alley. There's no guarantee of survival. But as Angel unsheaths his sword and says, "Let's go to work," the show's core theme is made crystal clear. Heroism isn't about winning, it's about the fight. It's an ambiguous ending that affirms Angel's unending quest for redemption and provides a defiant and powerful conclusion. Whenever you're ready, The Good Place. How do you even write an ending for eternity? That was the challenge facing The Good Place, and its solution was nothing short of genius. Whenever You're Ready is a quiet and deeply moving look at what it means to be at peace. Having already fixed the afterlife, our heroes now have to face their own contentment. The finale grants each member of the Soul Squad unlimited time in the good place, letting them move on once they feel ready. So each character gets their perfect conclusion, including Eleanor, whose decision to let Chidi pass on before her completes her transformation from a selfish Arizona dumpster fire to someone capable of ultimate love. It's a masterpiece that argues that the meaning of life comes from the fact that it ends. Sozin's Comet, Avatar: The Last Airbender. And finally, we have this masterclass of a finale that perfectly balances epic scale with strong character arcs and meaningful closure. Sozin's Comet isn't just an ending, it's the payoff for one of the most carefully crafted stories ever told on television. From Zuko and Katara's battle against Azula to the final confrontation between Aang and Ozai, the action is breathtaking. But it's the character resolutions that make it so beloved. Every member of Team Avatar gets a moment to shine, highlighting just how far they've come. And the finale then wraps everything up with a quiet scene of friends gathered at Iroh's tea shop, celebrating a new era of peace, before closing the series on Aang and Katara's final heartfelt kiss. It's a conclusion that is simultaneously epic and intimate, action-packed and philosophical, joyful and deeply earned. It makes it, without a doubt, the perfect fantasy finale. And that's our list of the greatest fantasy show endings. Now we want to hear from you. What's your pick for the best fantasy TV finale? And did we forget the episode that still lives rent-free in your head as the perfect conclusion to a fantasy series? Let us know in the comments. You can also find more fantasy TV coverage over at tvshowpilot.com. And don't forget to subscribe to the TV Show Pilot YouTube channel for more videos celebrating all your favorite shows.